those are important, I believe, yes. Quite important indeed. There is that, and there is that, and are we live? We appear to be live. Who would like to give the recap for inspiration? Yes. It's the most powerful resource. One might even say it saves lives.
Hello.
Hello, welcome.
Ye-
We have literally just went live, and I'm asking for a recap for inspiration.
Oh,
I hope your rush back was not too annoying.
No, well, kind of. I thought I found a shortcut, but turns out it was way longer to go that way.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's only for today, next week, and all the subsequent games. I won't be forced to go into the office until 7.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm good.
Alright. That's not bad. I am a banana and completely did not load up my mission notes. That's kind of important. In which ways, I can provide the recap if no one will, but I will be the one who gains the inspiration. So.
Alright. I'll get.
Try.
Either which way. Works for me.
Yeah, after our break, our downtime, and we discovered after meeting with what's his name?
Which one, Dogman?
No, the guy the guy that Lord something or other.
Lord
Oh, the
Estradi?
Lord we killed and you don't know about?
Lord
No,
Tarlev?
no. The guy that the head guy in the town.
Lord Estradi,
Yeah,
the dogman.
The Estradi.
Yeah, Lord
Estradi, okay.
Vladislav
Or you're referring to
Estradi.
the
Oh, is
old
that
fat guy.
okay?
Yeah, there's Lord Vladislav Estradi, who is the Lord of town.
Estradi.
And then there's the Hetman.
The guy that we met with, and he told us that there was an attack by some sort of creature, or they suspected some sort of creature, and that he wanted our help trying to figure it out. Upon investigation, we discovered there was a body that had been torn apart. I believe it was a halfling female. And we also discovered that there was multiple reports of females feeling like they've been watched or followed. And so we think that whatever this is has been stalking females in the town. We tracked it along the rooftops and out to the forests. The priest of the town happened to see it and can confirm that that's where it went. And we reported back our findings, and I think we are working on generating a plan on how we're going to track it down, investigate, or trap it.
Yes.
We also found a calling card at the murder scene from a group of mercenaries that were here looking into what happened to the other lord that was disappeared.
I was gonna mention that one.
Well,
we also got the name of the latest victim, Dolly Leafcattle, wife of Ander Leafcattle, who is a miller. We got a description of the beast, and among other things, because what cat took her journal. We also know that she got some witchworth, which is an herb used to like protect yourself against attacks. Unfortunately, it didn't seem to work because she died.
He attacks from witches.
Yeah.
It only defended against witches.
Yeah, against witches. And that's more or less it. We do have some leads, more or less. Eliana is one of them. Because on the scene of the crime, we found a vial that was inspected by the nearby herbalist, who confirmed that you'd need a specific set of skills. And Eliana, an adventurer that came with us to town, might have those skills. So she'd be a good person to talk to.
Well, between the vial, the calling card, and the boot print that we found, Tarvis is convinced that it's not so much a beast as a person.
Yeah, no, that's very
Yes,
accurate.
it's a person.
Now, who did it? Tom, Tom, Tom.
I believe we were going to set up an ambush.
Yes.
Indeed, you guys were thinking about. Since you know that the creature seems to be only attacking or stalking beings at night, a night watch of sorts. But you have earned your inspiration, and yeah, there you are. You are free to continue your discussion.
Zerai,
Um,
says Markak
I
to Zerai.
what?
Zerai,
Yes.
you've been learning under the alchemist, haven't you?
Yes.
I suspect him.
I don't.
But, so, do you know what happened to the other patient? Morkang asks Sarai. The alchemist had two patients in his home, his daughter and an old man.
Yes.
Were you there when he cured the old man? Squint's eye.
I'm not aware of the old man being dead.
That's not what I asked.
Was I there when he killed the old man? I don't recall him killing the old man. I don't.
That's not what I asked, says Morkak even more frantically.
I believe
What
they
are you
said
asking?
cured.
Yes, cured.
Did he cure the old man? 100%?
The old man's not there, last you heard. As a party.
Zerai, yeah, so basically Morkang is asking Zerai because Zerai was hanging out at the alchemist, learning, how
Not
to
for the
alchemy.
last week. He's been doing something his own. He's doing his own research. He's been. He got a breakthrough, and so he told me he wasn't going to have time to teach me anything for last week. So I haven't been
See.
there in a week.
I see a breakthrough. Here's the thing. Women have been stalked. One of his daughter is sick. One of the heart was gone missing. I am suspecting the alchemist is the one responsible and is going around collecting body parts to kill his beloved daughter. That's what I believe.
If I may cut in,
It's a really big leap.
That is not a big leap.
he needed the necro beast's blood to attempt to cure them. I don't think she's missing body parts. I think she's just afflicted with some venom from the night beasts.
Maybe.
I think she's. I personally believe that she's undead. He's trying to make her living.
Some body parts, huh?
No, that wouldn't help.
Speaking of, we do have a reason to check in on him.
He has a hidden laboratory. I couldn't get in, but I suspect that's where his nefarious experiments happen. Although
I saw no nefarious experiments.
Did you go to the basement?
I don't remember where. I'm sure I did.
Looks at the M.
You've never been into his basement, no?
No. Okay. No, I never went in the basement.
Of course not. That's where his nefarious deeds happen. Although I may be exaggerating a bit. the
Oh, I think you really are.
the end
Because
conclusion. No, you gotta let me finish. Says Morgag as he wags his finger. Um, you I'm suggesting you keep an eye on the alchemist during the night while I scour the rooftops. I want someone to keep an eye on that alchemist. Although we do have some suspects, the alchemist being too busy for us to check up at the mutagen, he does have the ability to make them. And if not, and if he is innocent, it might be likely that he might be a target to acquire ingredients to make more. The herbalism does not seem to have such ingredients. So if you were someone that uses
I
chemicals to
don't
enhance
think
themselves,
that I don't think that the person who's doing this is actually from. He wouldn't need to travel the rooftops so aggressively if he lived in town. I mean, weren't the tracks leading out of town?
well, yeah. The, when one guy's a bit exasperated. You know when I do my thing, I don't directly go home. I take the long way around so my tracks can get covered. And don't lead me back,
Okay.
lead whoever's tracking back to
Whatever
where I
it
live.
was, it seemed to be supernaturally good at not leaving tracks.
They're using mutagens. They might have an ability that lets them fly or whatever. Didn't you say that tracks ended suddenly?
Say that tracks what?
Didn't you say that the tracks ended suddenly? Tracks, and then no more
It would
tracks?
seem so. Down near the church.
Could have jumped, could have
Um,
flown,
And it was
could have
traveling
climbed.
across the rooftops.
Yeah, so it would have the ability to travel vertically.
DM, I have lore in necromantic rituals. Was the alchemist performing, in my opinion, any necromantic rituals?
With your time studying under him, everything that he was doing with you. Well, first off, you can give me a lore check. If you have proficiency in medicine, you can do that instead, and I'll apply your lore. Or
Okay.
if you have proficiency in surgery tools, that'll be the most effective use. You can roll that instead.
Medicine.
Yeah. Essentially, lore to medicine to surgery. Those are the things you're looking at.
Okay.
All right. From what you were dealing with him, a lot of what you were doing was things of a more scientific standpoint, dealing with the various chemicals and devices dealing in alchemy. And oftentimes you did see him go to the side room, and while it wasn't surgery that you were seeing for the most part, he was a practicing physician amongst his two patients within there and a few who came in over the downtime, which he cured and sent off on their way. You do not know if the old man was sent off at a later point because he was still there when you essentially ended your time studying under him. Throughout all this, though, none of it seemed necromantic in nature to you. It was purely scientific. A lot of it probably went over your head, especially with only a +3 in medicine. But a 15, you were able to catch up a decent bit. Definitely some form of disease of the blood that you were able to gather with your time studying with him.
Yeah, she has some kind of blood disease.
Yeah. But that's all you really were able to gather. I'm gonna mute my phone so I don't keep getting pinged. I do not need to be pinged right now. But that is what you notice, not necromantic in nature. Vibrate. Cool. Okay. Also, damn, very much appreciate the 10 months of subscription there with tier 3, Tiff. Very much appreciated.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You are
Oh, cheers,
crazy.
Tiff.
Indeed.
I also have lore and bounty hunters, and I was wondering what I could roll to know more about the I can't remember their name. I think it was Crimson something.
Scarlet Blades.
There we go.
You can give me a history check on them.
Okay.
All right, applying your lore and bounty hunters. That's a very unique lore to have. With an 18 on history, you know that the Scarlet Blades themselves, they are one, as mentioned previously, based out of Vereni, a city to the north of here. Two, that they have a reputation of being able to get things done, not perhaps from the most reputable means, though.
Are they hired assassins or are they bounty hunters?
They're definitely bounty hunters, but if one was wanting someone dead, you don't think they would turn that down.
That's what I thought. And I'll tell everyone, that they work on the shadier side of bounty hunting. That they're not completely above board, and that sometimes if their contracts require a little extra wet work, they don't mind.
Yes. I need you to find this noble. And also, body parts.
Oh, everything Victor was doing was medical, and he was not practicing spiritual or necromantic or magical alchemy in any way. So a heart would be nothing but a beating heart to him. I mean, it wasn't a heart from a night beast. Maybe he'd be interested in that, but his daughter, as far as I can tell, has a blood disease. Not vampirism, not revenant, not any of the known ones. Something rare and fatal.
I won't put it past him. Alright. But I still
And
want you to take a look at him. I still
it
want you to keep an
saps
eye on
her.
him.
I can, but the disease saps her strength so badly, he never really wants to leave. He's always wants to be there with her in case she needs it. So
I still
I
want you to keep an eye
see
on
it.
him. All you're doing is just reinforcing my belief that there's something nefarious going on. Whether it's related or
Nefarious?
not. Whether it's related or
No.
not. Not only that, but also consider she could be a potential victim.
The girl?
Yeah. Why wouldn't she be?
Because she's not a easy victim.
Makek just looks at Zerai.
Well, they'd have to go through all his security to get to her. That she's not a
You, you, you,
opportunity.
you mean the window?
I'm pretty sure her window is not a normal window.
You're gonna have to do something to back that up because I went there. I focused on the basement, but I went there.
To be fair, they seem to be hunting out in the open at night.
Yeah, yeah.
He's
But the
not a
bottom,
target of opportunity by any means.
but the bottom line is, I still would much rather have Sarai take a look at the and stay with the alchemist just in case.
Not be here for the.
Should
do you
we
mean
just
not be
go
here?
ask him some questions?
We'll be splitting up, anyways, to cover the south of town. And look, the alchemist is south of town, across the bridge. We need someone there regardless. I just want you to do it because you're the one that has the most
Sure.
familiarity with the alchemist.
Sure.
All of this beforehand was just to keep you alert of any shenanigans.
Well, the obvious lead is these mercenaries. Do we know if they're staying in town?
If they were, they'd have to be at the Cat's Inn or somebody's house.
Do we have any descriptions of them or know their numbers?
The only description we have right now is
Unfortunately,
the monster.
unfortunately, they operate without a specific face man. And if there was one, it'd be back in the hometown. It wouldn't be here. If they were here, they would probably have a base of operations outside the city walls or at whoever's house hired them, assuming that someone here had to have hired them for them to be here at all.
He reminds me.
Perhaps we should go speak to Vasily and see what he knows. I'm sure if more people were coming through town, he would be the first to know. Grigorovich in the tavern.
I believe it is better than idly speculating.
I think I'm going to patrol the
Agree.
town and mark the location of the other ones, the other women that felt the eye of the beast. See where they live, because they might be potential targets for tonight. Whoosh whoosh.
All right. So, we have a group wanting to head to the Bastard's Cat's Inn. We have a group, probably just Morcac from what I'm hearing, wanting to investigate the individuals who have reported sightings and uneasy disturbances. Anything else? Any other one else wanting to do something specific? I know people want to talk with Victor, but that seems to be more of a should we, should we not, or type of thing, so.
And not so much to talk to Iker, I just want somebody to take a look at him. Watch him. I don't trust the mad scientist.
Oh. I will do this. Group heading to the Bastard's Cat Inn over here. Group heading to go and investigate the individuals over here. You guys move yourselves where you want. If you want to do something else, you can put yourself down here.
If I'm by myself, I'm just gonna start like breaking into their houses and take their journals. If I have a charisma class with me, he won't be able to have. Well, I'll be able to have someone distract them while I do what I just said I was gonna do.
I can't wait to talk to the women afterwards, and they're like, and then whatever was stalking me broke into my house and started stealing my stuff.
You know,
Yes, it clearly can't be a beast at this point.
I think Tanu doesn't want to know what Morcag's up to. She's squinting at him. She does not. Whatever he's like, he gets it done, but she doesn't want to know, so she's not gonna go with him. But Kane, you might be able to convince to go with you.
Hey, I've been trying to say for a bit here. Hey, we should stop by the alchemist and ask about that journal we dropped off from Decode.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Go
Journal's
do
good.
that, Kane. Go do
I
that,
heard.
Kane. That's a good
Okay.
plan for Kane. Oh, keep an eye out. Be careful.
Find
Find out what you can about the old man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
For him.
Team Tavern, Team Skulkabout Town, Team Alchemist. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna shucky ducky you guys about. I'm gonna leave you at the road there, Morcat, because I'm gonna shucky ducky you places in a moment. But
Sweet.
Team Tavern, put you at the doorway. The tavern's definitely busy. I'm gonna put you at the alchemy shop, and we are going to begin with Skulkabout Town, because I feel like it'll probably be the quickest.
Well,
Unless you do
you
some
mean-
crazy rolls.
Yeah. I'm
All
gonna
right.
get caught.
Well, if you get caught, we'll go to the tavern next. But Morcag,
Where
you
am I? You moved me and I don't know.
are right here.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I'll put you on the grass so it's easier to see. You know that there are several individuals about town who have had skulking issues. Who would you like to go investigate?
Alright, so, did I write those names down? Library full of druidic books. Oh, that was so long ago. Let's see, Buddy Witchworth, Many Midwives, Ender Leafclad, talk to Sergey. Oh, there was Andrea Shavanu, Kita Arkova, and Aluria Dorkin. Alright, so let's start with Andrea Shavanu, who is a miller. Wife of a miller, I think?
So, Andrea Shavanu, she actually came in here with you guys along with her father, Vasily Shavanu, the one who was being taken care of by Victor for a very long time.
Oh, perfect. I get to find out what happened to the old man.
So, I'll move you over there. You'll find her house within the northwestern edge of the east bank of the river side of town, within an area that's a bit more organized, definitely higher class than the area where Dari was killed. But you can tell that the area itself, like most of the village, is still an early village. Much of the roofs are thatched, the walls are fairly basic lumbered buildings, most of them being kept warm through very simplistic or rudimentary hearths or fireplaces. Shibanu, Andrea, and her father are currently staying in a house that is a friend's, you think? If you more time here, you know that the residence itself is... There's a family that lives here. Do you think they're just staying with friends? But it is of a higher quality. The roof itself, while it is also thatched, it is multi-storied and seems to be a bit more like those you're used to from like the outskirts of a city, like a local farmstead house.
You know, you said it was fancier so many times. I'm like, man, Sage really wants me to rob this place.
I see that's your takeaway.
All right. So they're well off. So all right. So I guess is she outside or is
She is
Morkag
inside
home?
now. No, she's inside.
All right. So Morkag is just gonna,
That's just a
Make his way in.
representation so I know where they are in the city.
of course, knock knock on the door.
Alright, just go find her. Here we go. Here's your notes.
I forgot how to snap to greet others.
There is a moment of passing as you are walking about town. It's a little light breeze blowing through the area, the sound of whistling wind through all the various thatchings of the roofs, and then you would hear the sound of steps coming to the door, which is then opened. Reveal Andrea.
Andrea, is it not?
Yes,
Point.
Morkag, right?
You remember, I am touched. I have some questions. It's about the sightings.
Oh, they told you about that?
Yes, they've asked us to investigate, so here I am.
Must think it's
I won't
important
let-
then. Please, come in, come in. She'll take you
Okay.
into a living space area. You can see that there's some decent furnishings here, basic table, chairs. There's a nearby nook within the building that has a nice plush chair with a nearby side table and a little lantern on it. Seems she was reading a book there. There is a book currently like splayed, fully open, face down, with a little bookmark in the middle, just in case. But she will make her way to the table within the living space.
So follow along.
So, what can I help with? What have you found this presence, or?
Yes and no. We need more information. When did you feel it last? The presence.
1 second. Need to find out who was the most recent one by rolling my random determination check. Should be those 4 plus you peeps, because you guys do not know about these peeps. Make it the secret. S. Colon. Okay. Top of the line would be to you, I believe. Which means she would be... Okay. Got the timeline. It was a couple days back. Say I walk home from the mill about 3 fingers past first. Well, 3 fingers past. I'm trying to think of how she would say the end of the day, but 3 fingers past end of light. No, that doesn't make sense.
Alright.
Twilight. Thank you. 3 fingers past twilight.
See, you mentioned the mill. What would that be exactly?
North of here, along the river. There's some local farms up that way.
Okay, was that here?
Mill is off map.
Oh,
But these are some farms that kind of like outlie the actual mill.
all the way up there, heading back.
I swear I saw someone watching me from the bushes near the river.
Do you recall what they looked like?
I didn't really get a glimpse of them, but you know that feeling when your hair stands on the back on your neck? I felt that. Not really know, but I've been feeling this for the past couple of days now.
They're right. Other than that, location, did it happen anywhere in town?
A few times in town, yeah. Most recent was about 4 days ago in town. In town proper, that is. I was making my way to go speak with Goza, getting some herbs to have out around the place. Help with father's cough, but I don't really know it. It was a similar thing, feeling like I was being watched, but I turned, no one was there.
How is your father?
He's getting better. He still has got a bit of a cough, but Victor, I think he really did it this time.
Oh, yes. We've been working hard, helping gathering up ingredients for his research. I'm glad that it bore fruit.
I'm glad as well. He says that if it weren't for your guys bringing, what was it, in a beast of some sort, that would have, well, we'd be back at square one. So she'll take your hands if you let her. Thank you.
Clearly very uncomfortable. Uh, uh, fine. No worries. Anyways, back to whatever. Okay. The Miller, 5 days ago, and then your Goza's 4 days ago. Is that all you remember? Is that all you recall?
Give her a check. Fucking natural 19, girl. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Da, 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 da. Don't mind me, just finding my notes. Should be in this document. Chapter 2, scrolling down. Act 1. I didn't think about it at the time, but because there was a cat. It totally scared the lights out of me, but I had a similar feeling about 2 days ago. As I was going to see Hetman, Mr. Latras. As I was leaving this place, I was making my way the main road, and I heard a snapping of a twig. And the same feeling. I was being watched. Started picking up the pace and rounded a corner, and a cat in here scared the bejesus out of me. I jumped right out of my skin. It seemed to stop the feeling of being watched then, but I didn't really slow down.
This was before you hit the main square, the opening.
If you zoom out, I'm gonna zoom out for player view as well. She would mention that it would have been around this area. She rounded the corner.
Yeah, that's what I figured. So probably on the roof. Usual. The hitman though. Getting brazen. Jeez. All right. That's all. I shouldn't take more of your time. Until this gets resolved, do avoid traveling at night as best you can. At least by yourself.
Is there something more about this?
We found yes and no.
As an out character, keep in mind that only the guard knows, as well as the one witness, about there being an actual murder.
Oh yeah, no. Markek is trying to just say you're not the only one that's been feeling uncomfortable and awkward. Just, be safe.
Alright.
Buddy system. Always be with your buddy.
With...
Wait a minute. Is she armed?
He has arms.
I mean, she has arms, but you can see that there is a spot within her dress around the belt that more of decorative, a fashion type of thing. But you can see that the belt itself does seem to have a sheath for a knife, though it's not currently on her belt.
Okay.
The knife, that is. The sheath's there.
Yeah. Alright. I was gonna give her one silver piece, or she could give herself a real dagger. But since she already has one. Well, actually, no, Mark will come back. He'll look at it, turn around, get out the door, and he'll hand her how much is a dagger? Like a silver?
A silver dagger? Or just a normal dagger?
A regular dagger.
Okay, a regular dagger, that's a different story. A regular dagger runs 22 silver.
Oh. That's kind of cheap. That's 3 gold pieces. Monga will give her 3 gold pieces. Get yourself a real weapon.
Thanks. I do have a dagger.
He looks at the one on her ankle. Always good to have a backup.
Fair enough.
Again, don't travel at night without a friend.
Right, what'll do? I'll be sure to stay in the night.
I'll close the door.
Okay. As you go about, you know that there is another individual who's close by who is also a on the list that you're aware of. That is over here with Ilaria Dolgan. But before we go there, next in the list, the furthest away would be the Alchemist. We're going to do that one last before we go back to Mordekag here, but we're going to go to the Tavern. Our group of 4. They go and grab some new ambience. Plop on some nice tavern jaunty tunes. Alright. As you make your way into the tavern, the place itself is, well, first off, quite loud. It is a boisterous and overly filled location. The area itself is filled with all manner of guests from outside of town. You see, there's plenty of people that you recognize from the individuals that you both brought here amongst your initial caravan, as well as those who are native to Razvin. But there's also those who have traveled from outside of town, those who've come here for the festival. Some individuals look particularly world-weary, having traveled for a long time. Some look like they're used to the road more than they are the semblance of civility. As you notice from... just looking at my notes real quick. Game view, here we go. A particular group within the main chamber. Some of them look like yourselves. They are dressed in armaments. They are dressed to travel the roads and be ready for any threats that they might encounter. Specifically, you would notice that... It's you guys, right? Pretty sure. Rolling on down. Here we are. So, this group here, some of them look like they are particularly well armored or traveled in a way that you believe, even though they are not wearing armor, that they are prepared for any which fights might occur. Like they've had a scrap or two. Let's see here. You'd also notice the dwarven fellows here, at least this one. You do not know his name. He is also an outsider. He looks like he's been through plenty of rows himself. Of course, there is Aliana. You've traveled with her along the caravan, and she is, as you know, an adventurer. I'm realizing the main NPCs I thought were in here, I have not actually added just yet, because that's the next day. The other one who would give you pause, Tarvis, just because of your high passive perception and insight. There's an individual sitting upon a plush leather chair next to the hearth within the tavern's western edge. She's sitting there relatively calm, but you can tell from her dress that there's something about her, something different. She seems to eye the chamber with a look of amused curiosity. You think there's something more to her than just a simple traveler. So specifically, group here, her, and then this dwarven fella. They seem to be people that you do not know, who appear to be some form of adventuring sort. And of course, Aliana, but you do know her. At least you traveled with her for a little bit of time.
Alright. Well, let's start at the bar.
Alright, just make your way to the bar. The barman, Vasily, will make his way down, rubbing a mug with a decently clean cloth as he cleans it down and puts it beneath the bar. Oh, Jarvis, friend, what can I get you?
Oh, we'll have a round, and how about some news? What's going on these days?
I'm just prepping for the festival. And you see him pull up a bottle and begins to pour you nice glass before sliding it towards you. Lot of outsiders coming in, ready for the Festival of the Dead. So, a lot of new guests, a lot of beds filled. Pretty full house, if you ask me. But it's good stuff, keeping busy. But yourself, I'm enjoying a lordly life out the edge of the woods at Rosevale Manor.
Oh, it's busy. A lot of things to do. A lot of things to be built.
You can imagine the place, well, it was abandoned for some time.
Aye, we're getting it back in order here shortly.
Well, that's good to hear. Well, anything else bringing you this way? You're just here for the company.
So, I've got Casimir and Zerai and Danu all right behind me, right?
I imagine, yeah.
Yeah.
Does one of them have the playing card?
Probably me.
Yeah, I think it's right. Picked it up.
I would lean over and say, show him the card.
I show him the card very discreetly.
Alright, give him a check. Dear God, my dice. My NPC dice are just 19, 20, 19, 20.
Let's go! They're gonna solve it for us.
Like all of last session, too.
Well, we do happen to be looking for some people that might go with this, if you know anything.
I, left a card day back. To stay in a room upstairs, took the suite that your companion Morcag had for a bit. They're not here right now. They're out, searching the countryside for their mark. They told me if I happen to find any news about, band of ruffians, let them know. They gave me a bit of a description, but to be honest, it sounds like any other ruffian that comes in these places.
Yeah, you know, the bandits all look alike when it comes right down to it.
Yeah. Well, at least the ones that they mentioned. You know, standard leather sorts of armor, some with metal, face coverings, the whole get-up, really. Not much I can really go with that, I'm afraid. I mean, you can tell not many hide their faces here.
Yeah, how stupid you gotta be not to take the thing off your face when you come into the bar.
Yeah, well.
How many of them are there?
What the fuck, man?
Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be 5, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 5. Well, there are lots of 5 of them. Led by some bastard from up north. Can't say exactly what it's about, but he definitely brings with him money.
Is that who's paying him?
Maybe. He has the funds to pay himself, to be honest. He bears a ring, House Rushnak. Some lesser known lords from up north. Near, what was that town name? It's close to Dancia. Near the border.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about. I can't remember his name either. V something?
Vereni, no. They've been there a few times. But this lord, their family, they're based off of, Pacoya, that's what it is, Pacoya. Right on the border there. No, the group themselves, they said they came from Vereni. Couple of interesting fellows, if you ask me. They had a foreigner amongst them parts. Man, rugged look to him, dressed in a bit more wares you'd find near the border. Carries with him some strange implements, like wands and sorts, but metal and covered in brass and strange crystals. He is describing firearms.
Really? He's describing what?
Firearms, weaponry, guns, and the
Oh.
like.
Then I would know exactly what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the group themselves, they got her, as I mentioned, they're taking the suite right now. But they're off the countryside, trying to chase the lead that they have. They're after someone. Apparently, the old Lord, Tarlev went missing around these parts. Or, really, they went missing along the road. And their investigation brought them here. So they're checking around the area.
Well, I know he came from here, but that doesn't mean shit.
Yeah. From what I gathered, he made us all the way up to Vereni before the guards noticed that he wasn't in the carriage.
So that literally something could have happened to him.
Anywhere along the road, from here to Vereni.
Well, I guess this is a place to start, but good luck.
Well, if you ask me, these folks, they look like they're well trained, and I wouldn't put it past them to be able to find out what happened.
Did they happen to say when they might be back?
Well, they paid for the whole month, plus some change. And that is a month from about 4 days when they came in. So they should be coming back, I imagine, a couple days from now, maybe. Maybe even sooner if they're looking for something in particular. I know they've been meeting with the Hetman of late. Before they left for their venture, they had a meeting with him. Might be heading back sooner rather than later if they had any information for Mr. Latruss.
I see.
And you believe all these individuals to be out of town currently?
I mean, maybe one's still within their chamber upstairs, but from what I gathered, a lot of them did leave. But, I mean, adventuring sorts, they might have snuck back in or snuck out.
Would
True.
you have any objections, perhaps, providing us with a physical description of them so that we might recognize them if we see them?
Of course, I mean, they're not any sort of discretion, so I can give this. The leader, as mentioned, he is House Rusnak. A bastard from what I could tell. No proper lord would be traveling these parts so ruggedly with a band of this sort.
Yeah, they're bounty hunters.
Hmm.
They can be completely honorable people, and they can be low life scum. Kind of the whole board.
The sort does attract a certain character, but Lord Rusnak, or Mr. Rusnak, whatever he goes by, he's a bit more of a stronger sort like yourself, Tarvis. Well built, broader shoulders, clean shaven, though his neck is inked, covered in tattoos of a more traditional design. Basically kind of like a Celtic knotwork type of sort. Not full Celtic, but you get the idea. He's got a scar under his right eye, kind of jagged and serpentine-like. A little, fairly distinctive, if you ask me. Got shaggy black hair, kind of close to the ear. Dressed in a mixture of chain and leather. Carries with him a wicked-looking silver spear, though. Then, he got his companion, his muscle of sorts, a quiet fella, a Lupinal, I believe, one of the wolf folks from down south. White fur, black as night eyes. Doesn't really dress in armor so much, but he carries with him a sword that I think, you'll look to Casimir, would make you proud. It bears the symbol of the Lord of Light. Got a bit of a way about him. He also has a wicked-looking falchion strapped to his back. Likely some form of a backup weapon. His main weapon seems to fail. Of course, you got the foreigner. I believe his name was, Nigel. Strange name.
Smashing.
Well, I don't know about smashing, but it was certainly interesting. Bit of an older gent, large, rugged beard, kind of attached to his mustache, wild sort. His hair's kind of receding a bit, kind of a bit of a comb over. Carries a weird pair of spectacles that they're darkened, shaded black. Got with him a large cloak of sorts, but it's buttoned like one can snap it closed. He's wearing a trench coat. Specifically, he's wearing a leather duster. And let me go look at my notes for you again, because I do not recall your specific information on these parts.
I'm sorry, but I cannot help but now imagining just Nigel smashing, but he's dressed up as
Smashing.
Blade.
All right. Let's see here.
A guest was a bounty hunter.
Going to frat.
With firearms.
All right. You might have dealt with them a few times. This particular group. Not like actively dealing with them. More of you encounter them in a tavern a few times, and
Yeah,
the noticeable firearms were. It's pretty notable.
Yeah, we.
So I will actually drop the handouts for you based on your backstory. But going through the description. And got a lass with him as well. She seemed familiar, to be honest, but can't quite put my finger on it. Silver eyes, strawberry blonde hair, dresses in leathers, a bit of steel about her. Carries with her plenty of blades, shorter weapons, knives, short swords, a rapier. She even has a bow. But, not really much else to say about her, to be honest. Last amongst their number, she is definitely more like your companion there. Kane, a bit more reserved to themselves, keeps quiet. She's a student, I believe, up at the college. In Karstein. At least she mentioned that she studies within the university. Focused alchemist, from what I hear. All sorts of potions along her bandolier. Large spectacles. Unlike the foreigner, those ones are proper spectacles, not darkened for some reason. She's kind of like the group's. I don't really want to be offensive in this way, but like their pack mule. Like, her bags are just filled to the brim with stuff. Surprised she can even carry it all with how small she is. But she's an elven lass. Red hair, bit of a bronze skin, and interesting, like a blue, like a vibrant blue eye color. Dress is a bit interesting though. bit more of like the old Count fashion from Karstein. All right, and I will drop those handouts for you guys in NPC Lab. Let's see here.
I believe we need to speak to her.
Well, as I believe he said, that they are at least supposed to be out of town. Having reference for their appearance may help us pinpoint if they are still here or not.
All right.
Thank you for the very accurate descriptions.
Of course, I mean, I just saw them not too long ago, so... pretty distinctive, to be honest, with the weird wand carrier and the wolf folk.
Yes, I suppose that would be kind of out of place.
A little bit. I mean, we have lupanals around these parts, especially some of the local tribes within the woods, but not often in a band and not often carrying symbols into Paulus.
Yeah, if I had to bet, he'd be one of the good ones.
It is also unfortunate to report that unfortunately some of these lupanals are often mistaken for lycanthropes, and the Order does not
Sure.
usually take kindly to their appearance, so...
Aye.
He must have a very unique background. Most bounty hunters do, if they're successful in any way.
Well, something's gotta let him down this life, so... might as well have been an interesting one. But anything else I can help you with? Drinks, food, more stories?
What time is it?
You guys would have been in here around mid-afternoon. So, any of you have keen mind? I'll take that as a
I
no.
don't think so.
In that case, it's like halfway to evening time.
What time does my stomach tell me it is?
Your stomach tells you that it's time to eat. But that's probably true for most times.
Right, then supper it is.
Excellent.
Do you have any real definitive stories about this time of year? I know it's very specific for this area, so we're just trying to learn the lore, the feel.
Well, to be honest, there's of course the Sorrow Song Tale that you guys know about. There's a local legend with the nearby townships as well. Other than that, kind of looks around. Nothing that really pops into mind of late, afraid. Tarvis, you can know that he's... some of these tales he probably doesn't want to tell in such an audience. With your past perception.
Scare off
or
the new
insight.
customers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we know about the song, and we are looking into its origins and seeing if we can fix that problem.
Well,
Speaking of songs, I see that your stage lies empty.
the stage does have one individual who's just like sitting at the end, ambiently playing a lute, but no one's like actively taking center stage.
Okay. Is there a plan for any sort of performances for the festival?
Well, we have a few minstrels coming from out of town. I haven't arrived yet, but there's a local band from Glasgow. Yeah, they come here every year, so.
Excellent. Look forward to hearing them.
they sing or
Some of them sing,
play
some play
instruments?
the mandolin, others play some form of drum system. Not, to be honest, a bard of any sort. I don't really know the names of these instruments, but they have a few
enough.
wind instruments amongst their troop as well. And
Yeah,
they would give
very
you names
eclectic.
of more traditional Slavic instruments, which I do not know off the top of my head.
How very eclectic.
Well, aside from that, I suppose it would be prudent to ask if there were any other individuals of note who came through here aside from the individuals you mentioned previously.
No one really else of note, I'm afraid. At least, not anyone who isn't here for the festival.
Alright, well, if anyone does catch your eye in the future and we're not around, if Yasendria is about town,
Well,
I'm sure she can pass a note on to us.
there is one individual that they're notable only because of the reputation, but they're here every year. It's just townsfolk, how they gossip. They'll kind of like lean in. Aurelia Vikul. She's a local from Valaki. Bit of an hermit herself, living within the wilds nearby. Got a cabin of sorts out there. Healer, healing the people's, tending to the wounds or whatnot, but bit of a bad reputation from the townsfolk. Many claim that she's a witch, turning people to toads, laying curses upon the menfolk. Bit of a controversial figure among them. But she's welcome here, as all the others. Thought I'd mention it, though, since that might cause some... No. You lot are in here and you're keeping the peace, well... Good to keep an eye on that.
I see.
She's
Yeah, she's the, I don't know if she's a witch, but, she certainly got a way about her. She knows her way around alchemy and herbalism. Of course, she seems to have a bit of a magic touch, too. She's in there. The plush chair next to the earth.
Now that you mention it, it does kind of stand out.
Yeah, I mean, got a bit of a wide berth from local townsfolks. Mostly the women folk come to her. A lot of the men seem to grumble about her.
They're too afraid, yes.
Well, I can't say for what purpose. I just know that well, she pays well enough and she's friendly enough. But whatever grievances, whether real or imaginary, that the folks, the nearby villages have with her, I can't say for what purpose. But I don't think she's a witch, if you're looking for my opinion. Some local,
Healer, yes.
healer. That's the way to put it, yeah. I was trying to find another word for a practitioner of magic, but all I could come up with was witch, so here we are.
Well, if she's not a necromancer, then I suppose it's all right.
I doubt she's some form of necromantic user. From what I've gathered, she has healed a few individuals in the past year. About 3 years back, we had a troop of adventurers come on by, and well, they got into a right pickle. Slashes all up their arms, and well, they are nearly torn to pieces from some of the night beasts in the woods. She healed them up right quick. Used a bit of a holly and mistletoe. You guys, being adventurers, know that she's some form of primal caster with that knowledge.
Yeah.
So it's unlikely that she is a necromancer, as primal masters do not really deal with the undead. Some could.
No, they typically view it kind of like Nepalis does.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps then she might be a reasonable person to contact should we find ourselves in contact with any further night beasts as well.
Perhaps, she's only here for the festival, but, if you ever find yourself near, Balaki Way, you can check her out.
I did have a final question, though. I was curious if this festival was popular enough to attract any attention from the Duke here, or any of the nobles or representatives from Moldovia here.
We've had a few, representatives, so to speak, come on by, local lords. Most of the time, though, it's just, the common folk coming through the various, villages. We do have some higher-borns here, though. I believe, kind of points to the back room that you guys are in. Let's see here. You would know her name, so I'm just gonna give a name drop. Lord, no, don't want you, I want you.
Islandia, no.
Alright. I am blind. I'm gonna use Map Explorer because I'm blind. It's easier to search by name than it is to just randomly look through tokens.
That sounds accurate.
Oh, look, she's literally behind some of you. Okay, I'm super blind. There's Lady Brawler. Whoops. Little nod towards the woman next to the dwarfs at the table here. That'd be her. Let's see here. She is from which city? The Baron, I believe, if memory recalls correctly, of Laskoya. And most of the those from Glaskoya come around these parts. The local lords are, well, they enjoy the festivities. Nice to give them and their people a bit of fun on someone else's dime.
Very true.
Indeed. I suppose it is a bit disappointing that there are no representatives of the Duke here, but alas, what can you do?
Well, there's always time. It's still early. Festival doesn't truly begin till the end of the week.
Ah, so you're still expecting more to get?
Oh, this is just early on. This is just the beginning. By the time we're done here, by the evening of the festival, I imagine we'll have the entire field surround the town for miles out, filled with tents and the like of those coming by.
Ah, so your establishment is obviously not up to handle all of them then, so...
No, but much of the local merchants alike set up stalls in the market stall out front within the main thoroughfare. We have a bit of a deal going on. So, sharing the liquor, sharing the customers, as it were.
Excellent idea.
Well, it's been working out well enough for the past several years.
Well,
Right.
that's...
But you mentioned food though, and he'll get you guys some food and whatnot as needed. From there, we are going to head on over to the alchemy shop, unless there's anything else you want to bring up. All right, to the alchemy shop to go with Kane and speaking with Victor. But before that, I need a drink, so I'll be right back in like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And those of us in the tavern, Jarvis is actually going to take this table over here. Because, we could always actually, sit down and drink.
I was actually going to go talk to the witch.
Oh, yeah, that too. Jarvis is more interested in dinner. He can swap stories with
Talk to a witch.
She could be a druid. You never know. I mean,
No, that's what I figured she is.
The Revenant?
A primal caster.
now this lady here, Aurelia Vicole, is her tag. Sitting in the chair in
Oh.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a primal caster of some sort.
Cool. We're getting good info. I've been zoning out though, so I don't remember most of it.
I was
Of course,
just going
Zerai is
over.
probably a little easier to navigate through the crowd too. Tarvis is walking around in his stone
Yes.
plate, and he's just gonna find a spot, and people can come to him. Right.
I'm gonna go talk to her because I figure one person is a little less scary than all of us. And
Sure.
I was actually just gonna ask if she had found herself being followed, or like
I've returned.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, greetings. Alright. So, we make our way to the alchemist shop. To the mixed vial alchemist.
Mhm.
You find that the door itself, the sign out front does say it's open. The place itself seems, just looking through the windows, quite messy. Messier than normal, because the place itself is often, as you know, a hoarder's dream. Though this map does not fully represent that, because I wanted there to be room for you guys to actually walk around.
Right.
See what you're doing, rather than, like, oh god, this is cluttered.
Oh god, just carefully step over the bottles on the floor.
Pretty much.
exactly what you have to do. Yes.
Mhm.
But, I assume you make your way inside. Alright. As you make your way inside, you would see that Victor is inside. He's currently at the bar mixing some form of paste within a mortar and pestle. He doesn't even notice you enter. Just kind of idly looking at this. Just mushing whatever plant that he is into a paste.
And I just kind of like peer over the counter, see what he's up to.
Yeah. Alright, you can give me an herbalism check. An herbalism kit check.
Alright, I have proficiency. Let me double check my character sheet. Herbalism's wisdom?
Herbalism would be intelligence.
Ooh, okay. So I'll just roll. What do I have? Okay, I have nature proficiency. I'll just roll the same thing.
Okay.
Alright, this is an int check to gather information.
Yes.
So I will use advantage from the hound.
Looking at the paste, you can tell that it's some form of flour, though much of the flour's defining features have been ground up, leaving it into a blackish purple paste. The first thing that pops into your mind would be Nightshade, but you're not sure if it's that or if it's something else. You didn't roll high enough to truly get what it is.
Mm-hmm. After lingering there for a moment there, Tan will speak up. Hail, Victor.
Sorry. What can I get for you?
I come to check in on the progress in decoding that book we brought you.
Oh, yes, slipped my mind, nearly done. This last little bit is tricky. Won't be long now, though. Won't be long.
Was the Night Beast's blood plenty?
Plenty, indeed. It's helped out a whole bunch, more than you could know. I was able to cure Vasilis. the old man's sickness, the shakes, as he called it. He should be minor cough for the next couple weeks now, but he should be better. He should be feeling better soon. Kind of rubs his eye. As you're looking at Victor, he looks like he hasn't slept in several days.
Can I just hit him with a basic insight check?
Yes, you can.
Does I have reason to doubt from other things people say? Insight's charisma, so I don't have advantage.
Insight's wisdom, actually.
Wisdom, that one, yes.
Mhm.
I would have had advantage if it was charisma.
Feels bad, man.
All right. Looks like the man's super overworked. If there's anything more beyond that, you do not know. But judging from him curing the sickness, you think that perhaps he stayed up multiple nights figuring out this gear, and maybe he's on a breakthrough, as he mentioned, with your diary, or maybe he's on a breakthrough with his daughter. But he's not been sleeping. You don't think he's slept in days.
Kane nods along. Oh, good to hear you've been making progress and that the old man has recovered. How fares the other patient?
Well, I'm making progress there as well. She's still bedridden, but I think with a bit more luck, a bit more time, I can really make a difference here. Rubs his temple. Just there's one more thing. It's something missing from it. A catalyst within her medicine. I don't know what though. The blood is helpful. Blood has certainly changed things around. It's working in ways that I didn't think it could. But I need something else. I don't know what's missing though.
As he's trying to think, would you be rolling a dice for him?
Why do you ask?
Because I would love to burn a use of encourage sigil magic on him. It just gains a bonus to his d20 roll equal to 3.
To determine if he can't figure out his breakthrough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I press the button?
He's been pondering this for a while, so I'll go ahead and allow you to do the shoops and the whoops. This is a very long form research of his, so it's like a downtime day type of thing. But I'll allow you to do the shoops and the whoops. Let's see here. I have a plus 11. Plus your 3. My dice
That's a
this
pretty good roll.
day ended last week. It's not really high on the roll, but it's a 15s on the natural. Kind of looks up and notices you. Wait a second. You brought me the beast, of course. That was huge breakthrough. I think I just thought of something though. The beast itself is corrupted. It's broken down by the dark magics that formed it. It's proving difficult to truly bind it in a safe way to make this cure work. I think I need something different, something more. He looks at you again. Good, helpful.
Something to purify him?
Yes. A purifying catalyst of some sort. I can get that, I think this could work. Do you happen to be going anywhere, particularly intriguing? Maybe the woods? Well, maybe not the woods. It's probably just more night beasts, mountain? No, I wouldn't find anything there. You summon things. Like permanently, like a binding contract. Could you do that?
I can offer a piece of my soul to things from change for power.
That
They reside within me for
won't
short
work.
periods
I
of
need
time.
I need the creature to be here physically.
I can bring forth creatures for a few moments.
It needs to be a binding ritual of sorts. I'll have to speak to summoners. Send word to them from Karstein. Yes.
Maybe
this is
the
good, though.
druids around the Menhir stones might have.
They
something?
wouldn't
Okay.
summon these things. No, it needs to be pure, not natural, but a pure of soul. Its essence
Well-
needs to be divine.
I don't have anything divine at my belt, unfortunately.
Yeah, no matter. I'll send word. I'll send word. I have contacts in the capital. Yes, this is good though. This is good. What were you needing?
I was just coming to check in on things. There's a little bit of something going around town I wanted to ask you about as well. But it
Is
looks
there?
like you haven't slept a wink.
No, not at all. Deep in the books, as it were.
Is this specimen still alive?
Specimen, no.
In regards to Night Beast.
Yes, in a way.
In a way. So I take it he wasn't too talkative?
Not particularly, no. But his blood has been quite useful.
Alright. Might you know a thing or two about mutagens?
Yes, they are a very peculiar form of alchemy. Potent in its ways. Changes the body. Mutating it. It is to most a deadly poison. Why do you ask?
Seems there has been a beast skulking about the town, preying upon young women. We have found evidence that leads us to believe they might be an alchemist of sort. And using some form of mutagen to enhance their form.
We have a stalker about town?
I assume you've been too busy to notice.
Yes, I've been deep in the books. But for mutagens can certainly increase one's strength, can even improve one's mind if it's built in a certain way. How is this beast stalking then? You know?
As far as I know, everything I've heard makes it sound like it's some form of lichen, but I don't have any concrete evidence. It's been climbing the rooftops.
It's likely a chameleon mutagen then. Mutagen itself
the other night.
is go ahead. I don't mean to bore you with the details.
There was a victim the other night, torn to shreds. Claws, right? That's more like at the DM.
Claws, or the like, yeah.
Ripped to shreds, had something, I believe it was their heart ripped out of their chest.
Wow, that's nasty business. He looks pretty horrified, but also woozy. The beast is not just stalking people then.
It's after someone. Don't know who, though.
This is horrible. Horrible indeed. Alchemy can certainly do strange things to the body. It can, as mentioned, mutagens can warp, mutate flesh, but as experiments can as well. Experiments known to grant great strength, to grow claws, even grow additional limbs. It's very possible that this killer is a practitioner of the craft. If you have any of things of theirs, I could perhaps look into it. Maybe find where they studied. Many of alchemists have a certain way about their brews, a certain recipe that's unique to them.
Unfortunately, Morkag made off with the evidence, so I'll have to ask him.
A shame.
Yoo-hoo.
The offer is there if I'm not, deep in books or sleeping as best I can.
Yeah, you should get some rest. And in regards to the creature hunting some of the younger women in town, I might suggest you board up the windows in your patient's room.
I wouldn't worry about that. The chamber there is protected. But, I will keep that in mind. I recently had a break-in, so I've upped security.
Fair.
Well, somewhat recently. It was a couple months back.
Morkak sneezes.
Alright. I do believe that will be all unless you have something in the form of reversing a mutagen that we don't have any information on.
Me bring up mutagen to see if there's a way to turn it off. Because he would know, so he can tell you.
Antigens.
There was a. Yeah, sorry.
Mutagens are semi-permanent. They're hard to disable. They are temporary, though, in that the imbiber only benefits for them for a full day or until they slumber.
Oh. So the individual in question would have probably left town promptly after using said mutagen.
There could be ways to create a mixture that can disable it early, but I don't know why one would do this. The benefits are imbibed for a reason.
Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Thank you, and I hope your research goes well.
As do I. As do I.
Feel free to reach out to us and contact us, either through the barkeep or by sending word out to the Rosevein Manor should you need anything more.
Of course. I'll see. I'll send the diary when it's ready. Rosevein Manor, yes? Yes.
We have taken over the lanes.
Good. I'll send it there then.
And should any of the druidic wood there be of any use to your research, do let us know.
Any, really, reagents of the like would be interesting for me, but right now, I need something pure. Angel feather or something.
Can I quickly run through my lures just to see in case I'm missing something?
Go ahead.
Any check I can do, try to find something pure.
Roll me a nature check.
Okay. Do I apply my leverage passive to this?
You're trying to gather information.
Yep, okay.
So, during the Crusades, the vampires were fighting off against the Holy Empire of Eldiria for a decent amount of time. Many of them brought with them divine agents to guide them in battle. Some of them were lost during these wars. It's possible that ancient tombs and ancient cathedrals and castles and settlements that were lost during the wars or have been forgotten or the like, or maybe conclaves of the necromancers or other minions who still follow with the old empire, that they have, whether knowingly or unknowingly, dominion over such imprisoned beings. As the vampires are definitely ones who would be interested in having such creatures at their disposal.
Given my research on Ezekiel's arms, the subtle blade and the seeker's fire, would any of those fit the description of purity?
Those blades definitely would fit a purity to them. You know that they're made from celestial bronze, which is bronze forged, mined, smelted, all the shebang from the heavens itself. That is the only place one can find that particular bronze. Well, technically tin and copper, but whatever. Forged into a bronze.
Okay. Alright. I'll keep an eye out as well. The gatekeeper Ezekiel had a statue on the Rosevein Manor. Some heavenly blade and, well, there's a stand-in for his heavenly blade and something else in his other hand that have gone missing. Whether or not they're the real deal, I have no clue where they are.
Well, artifacts of the divine could work, whatever you might find, it would be greatly appreciated. Yes.
And with that, Kane makes his way up.
Alright.
As my camera snaps the other way.
Alright. I'm gonna shucky ducky you back to the main map, and you can... you're out front of the alchemist now. Before we go back to the tavern, we're gonna go to Morkag. Hey, look, it's Morkag.
Hey.
You have just left Andrea's house.
So what was I was gonna ask? Is this like a hobbit house?
It is a thatched roofing that has some of the thatch was a bit more alive and a bit more dirt friendly than they thought, so it has been a bit overgrown
Okay.
with living grass.
Right, so let's talk with Dolgan.
During this time of day, you both would actually be inside.
Knock knock.
Moment passes before you hear boots upon the ground and the door would open. Ah!
Name's Markag. You encountered a beast, or rather felt this watched throughout the night recently?
It's over his shoulder. Laurie would give a nod. Yeah. Life's been feeling a bit jumpy of late. Been watched and followed, as it were.
Both of you?
No. Just my wife. He's lying.
Okay.
I just looked at your passive 12, so he's lying.
I'm gonna whisper. Best be truthful with me. The more information I gather, the faster I can catch whatever is causing this.
Roll persuasion.
Fuck. God damn it. Okay.
Look at
that's
that.
Pretty high.
Pretty
for
decent
me.
roll for you.
Holy shit.
Come on in.
Oh, thank you.
I'll open the push to the side, close the door as you enter. Take a seat at the nearby dining table. It's more like a few stools sitting around a very small round coffee table, but you know, it gets the job done. Well, be honest, it's myself that's been feeling this. Even seen the creature. Had my wife tell them in my stead. Didn't want any of the boys to think I was lesser or anything like that. Feeling spooked, being followed.
Fear is not what makes you weak. It's what you do with that fear. Right? Courage without fear is not courage, right?
Courage, yeah. Look, I fought before. I was in with the army for a bit. I know courage is needed when it's needed, but this is different. I don't think they would understand, really. It was not normal. I saw its eyes; they were glowing. It's like
Wait, eyes were glowing.
a reaper of sorts following me. It was not natural. Not natural in a bit.
Is he exaggerating? What insight? The
He
glowing eyes? I don't think that was.
seems to be telling the truth. He is giving you his heartfelt description.
Okay, heartfelt. Alright,
Whether this is a trick of the light or him being truthful, you do not know, but he seems to believe this is accurate information.
color were the eyes.
They were like a violet color,
Violet.
indigo, mix of purple and blue. 1 point violet, 1 point blue.
I'm gonna give you a description, and I want you to tell me if it sounds familiar. Mark, I will take out the journal, and he'll read back the description that she wrote about the thing that she saw.
Mm-hmm.
I would have said it, but I forgot to write it down.
It's all good. Yeah, something like that. Its face was all warped, though. I got a near clear view of it. It was like a man's face, you know. Strong jaw, but marred in many ways, scarred and wrinkled and burnt up. Like the man fell in a well of acid or something. It was a nasty sight.
God, if I had art for his face, he would have just ripped off the mask like this. And then they get shot.
Being had a sneer to it. Nearly jumped out of my skin. I ran so fast. I was making my way back from the lumber mill.
Not again. The lumber mill.
First one was at the mill.
Damn lumber mill again.
Yeah, one was the mill for like crops. This guy is from the lumber mill for lumber. So yeah,
okay.
she Andrea was north of town. He was actually south of town,
Near the
near the forest. Yeah, he was actually in the forest.
Is it 2? No. When was this? How long ago was this?
This was just last night. Creature itself was cloaked, you know, but its hood was down. The mane of red hair, covered in blood. I don't know if the hair was red naturally or from the ick, but its hands, massive things like tree trunks, drenched in the stuff.
See.
It's an omen,
She does.
you ask me.
Oh, I'm all about folklore.
This,
What do you mean, omen?
well, you're new to town by a few months now. I'm sure you heard of the tales, saw a song. Every 13 years or so, the village is visited by spirits. Some of the townsfolk, some folks from our town begin to hear a song, a whispering noise in their ear that does something to them. They begin to see things, they begin to hear things, they begin to feel things, and one way or another, 13 days later, they're dead. By their own hand or another's, or no reason whatsoever.
But they die. So,
I heard a song not too long ago. Do you think it's real?
depends.
Only-
Where did you hear this song?
I heard a bit of a whistling along the road back to town.
Which
Right.
direction?
Well, I was coming in from the south along the old road. Near the lumber mill. I was following the river.
It was probably us. Just sorry, I couldn't help that.
What was the melody? You recall?
I'm gonna perform a
Oh,
check.
Actually, Moikai will stop and wait. He'll turn to the wife. If you want to step out, just in case, I wouldn't want to be held responsible.
Held responsible for what?
Hearing the tune.
She looks at him, looks at you. It's alright, dear. Alright. She will squeeze his hand and give a nod and make her way out. Alright, let's see here. Singing with a little something like, ba da ba da 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 da. No.
That is as tone deaf as I am.
I rolled an 8. What do you want from me? He tries a couple times more, but you don't think it's. He really remembers.
We all have our strength, and it does seem we share the same weakness. We don't seem to be musically oriented. Scratches his cheek.
Oh,
That's like me singing right there.
Right, I know, weaknesses and all that.
That was pertinent information, though. It did corroborate some of what we.
You can tell he's not hurt by those words. Totally not
Yeah.
hurt.
Really good information because we thought it was only women.
It makes sense for the dudes not to say something, but with toxic masculinity being a thing.
Yep.
Alright. That's actually really pertinent because we were just gonna be on the lookout for the girls. Right. Shit, what else? He saw it after it killed Leaf Cattle.
Seemingly from his description.
Yeah, from the description, that's what I'm surmising. Oh, it went towards. Wait, did he say it went towards the? I'm sorry to have you repeat. The beast that you saw last night. It was heading towards the mill.
It was running into the woods. I think. saw it and I ran, so I ran as fast as I could. Might have given chase. I don't really know.
What is, other than the mill, is there anything else of note? Mordecai is asking the man.
There's a few, old cabins, some folk living down that way. Not many, though. Especially those closer to the woods. Dangerous place that way. Though, from what I hear, it's been a bit safer. Some local folks have been, clearing up the woods.
Yes, it was a lot of effort.
That was you!
Among
Oh.
others, I am one of many.
Well, much appreciated. It's certainly helping us up the mill. Had about a quarter of the attacks that we normally do. It was good. It's quite helpful. We've only ever had one incident since, well, this month alone we've only had one incident. Not bad at all.
Are you familiar with the north, near the mill? To the north.
Here north of the mill? Or the mill north of us?
Yes.
The granary. I know the place.
Is there anything of note between here and there? Like, are there cabins as well that one could use to temporarily inhabit?
I mean, there's I don't really know about caverns, but there are plenty of farmsteads up that way.
Any abandoned ones?
Well, there's been, from when he first arrived, the bandits who were taking people. Some of the people taken were from the farmsteads. Those mills, those farms are still empty.
I see. That's pertinent as well. Let's see. Other than the incidents there, have you ever felt it while in town?
Yeah. Felt it along the river. Felt it on my way to the Hetman's office. Felt it in Lowtown. That place where a lot of the halflings dwell.
Yes.
Didn't see anything, I just felt like I was being watched.
Alright. I should probably ask them as well, but your wife, has she had her own events, or are they similar to the ones in town? The Headman, the Low Town?
She hasn't had any sightings of the beast or whatnot. She did feel like she was being watched at one point, but that was a one-off. And he hasn't felt it since. That was about 6 days back. And after I started feeling things, well, she's been keeping a dagger on her person whenever she goes out. Playing with some of her friends too, making sure to stick close together.
Good. What of yourself?
Well, I'm afraid much of my companions back at the mill, I handle closing, so just myself walking back most nights. But I got my axe on me, and it points to the axe near the door.
1d6 of damage.
You can tell from the axe itself, it is a bit more of a heavier axe. You'd think it'd be more like a D8, D10.
Oh, nice. Mokek will hand him 3 gold pieces. Get yourself a dagger as well, just in case. The axe looks good for damage, but should it take hold, if you stumble, a dagger sometimes is better in closer combat.
Well, to be honest, it's appreciated, but I do have a dagger of my own. I think the coin would be better suited to help fund the expedition. Whatever you might need, catch this thing.
Catch it. We've got other bigger things. Actually, was that that fake vampire we caught?
Fake vampire.
The Vacolicus is
Vacolicus.
of medium size normally.
Okay, he described something that was large.
Yes.
Okay. Maybe not that big. Although there was a night beast. Regardless, don't mind my rambling. We'll catch it. That much is a guarantee.
I will certainly sleep safer with you, Lord, on the case. He'll stand and offer you a hand.
Great. I'm getting hit on by both guys' angles.
He's offering to shake hands, not...
Oh.
He's not offering his hand in marriage or anything.
I don't know, man. His wife
Hey
seems
man,
right
you
up
want a
my-
hand?
Shakes.
Appreciate you looking into this.
Does he have a ring?
He does.
Alright, I'm gonna sleight of hand take the ring.
Always that man.
What?
Oh! All
Oh,
right.
shit, that was close.
That was close. But the ring is achieved, as you have acquired the wedding band of Yuri and Ilaria Dolgan.
Sweet.
Or-
As he
Technically Yuri's.
Steal this man's wedding ring? What the fuck,
Yes.
Morkhag?
No, that's even
What the
funnier.
fuck?
As he lures me out, I'm gonna use a sleight of hand to just put it somewhere else.
All right, roll sleight of hand. Okay. It's gonna take him a while to find that freaking ring.
You
He's
know-
gonna find it.
Morkag is like
Okay,
those
I need.
horrible
Okay. I'm sorry.
old
Ever since I found out that I do have ADD, it's been really hard. It's been harder to control my impulse. And also, I think you need to change my my alignment to chaotic neutral.
You know already?
No, I'm through neutral.
Oh, you're definitely chaotic.
It's okay.
You were never not
You were never not chaotic.
Yeah,
Indeed.
Yeah,
not,
no, in the,
not even in the
on
beginning.
in the stream, it still says I'm through neutral.
Okay, I'll fix the overlay for that.
And also, I have 18 decks.
When we went into the bar and he said, "Yeah, they took the upstairs suite that your friend had." I'm like, "Ah, shit! Now they're in an impregnable goddamn suite." And
Yep. Morkag did beef up the security in that place.
he made that damn place impossible to get in.
Anything else for you, Morkag?
For my plan, I think it's pretty much done. Like, I want to explore the areas to the south beyond the town.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to follow myself. I mean, Morkag would go by himself, but me, the player, don't want to just have my own side adventure.
Well,
That's that long.
to get to the south, you have to go to the bar. To get to the
Yep.
bar, that's where other people are probably going to be congregating. So,
Yep.
I'm going to send you there. I'm going to send Kane there to meet up with you. And before we go to there, to the tavern folk, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna go talk to the witch.
All right. Well, we are now focused on the tavern. Tavern, as previously mentioned, is quite noisy, filled with the various chatters of the local populace, as well as the newcomers who are arriving for the festival. You can see that the local quote-unquote witch is, as is denoted, within the nice plush chair in the corner near the hearth. Carvis is currently seated at a table enjoying a fine meal, as your other
Okay.
companions are there. Yes.
Quick question. Did we see Sven here earlier at the crime scene?
See, waha. Oh,
Yeah,
Can
'cause
hear
he's
me with
captain of the
somebody
guard.
else.
you've seen him in the tavern before, yeah.
But did we see him earlier at the crime scene?
He was
No,
not at the
that's
crime
somebody
scene, no.
else.
Okay.
There's another guy.
You saw,
He's
what's his
keeping
name?
those people out of it, and to be honest, that is suspicious in its of itself.
Yeah, you dealt with, oh, I remember where I put him. He is in the chapel right now. You were dealing with Resnik.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was delivering the body to Erin after it was given note that he could do so. Also, the furnishings were delivered, and I've added them to the map. I just realized the statue is not yet delivered, so I need to make that not visible. Totally thought I had that not visible when I first added it. Anyways, making your way over to Aurelia, you'd see that she's currently sitting upon the plump leather chair, just leaned back, enjoying the ambient music and a glass of wine.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Sarai. And this might seem kind of weird, but I'm investigating incidents of people feeling like they're being watched and beasts stalking the streets. I was wondering, it seems to be occurring mostly with young women. And I heard that you have a place outside of town. So I was wondering if you had any of these feelings. Like you're
You were
being watched.
responsible.
I've had no such feelings. And if it's just this town, then, well, I live a couple hundred miles to the north of here, so be surprised if it's that far of an issue.
You mean that it is occurring a couple hundred miles from here?
Be surprised if it were. She lives in a different village. She is visiting for the festival. So she is saying that she has not felt any of these feelings, and she has not felt them at home.
Ah. Well, thank you for that.
It's good to know,
I hear-
though, that there is some uneasiness in town. Perhaps a bit early reveal of the spirits for the festivities.
Unfortunately, I think this is someone or something using the festivities as a convenient way to write it off.
So there's something more to this, then. I don't really know what I can tell you. I'm arrived in town just last night, so...
See. I heard that you were a medicine woman and that you treated wounds.
I am that. Were you injured?
No, I wanted to ask if you knew anything about mutagens. Did you use them? Make them?
Well, I know of them, but I do not use them, no. That sort of practice is a bit above my degree in alchemy. I focus mostly on herbology.
As do I. Well, I thank you for your time. And I just slip on over here to the table,
All right,
plop on down.
excellent. What's Casimir doing?
Casimir approaches Sven.
Ooh,
Hello there, sir. I believe you are the captain of the guard, Sven, correct?
hi. Good to see you, Casimir. How was Manor House treating you?
Not too bad. Actually, I had come to speak with you in regards to that, or at least in regards to the surrounding properties, anyway.
Take a seat. I'll kind of kick the back chair open.
All right, I'll take that seat instead.
Can't really kick this one open. I mean, you could, but it's not as fun.
He could.
Well,
Well, unfortunately, I'm still a little unfamiliar with the area and the people in it, unfortunately. I was hoping you might be able to recommend me, I don't know, perhaps a leader of laborers, or at least a group I might find to hire for some work.
Right.
Specifically woodcut.
Let's see here. Control F. Should be you, I believe. No. You're the foreman of the mill, not the lumber mill. Which means I need this one. Well, be a fella bit north of town, goes by the name of, Ajax. More of a secluded fella, you know. Keeps to himself most times, has a farm out that way too. But he runs the mill, the lumber mill that is. He and his boys, he can set you up right. Of course, there's also the Dolgans. They work the mill. Mr. Dolgan, he is second in command there.
Well, if I can perhaps contact him, it'd be a little quicker. I don't know if you happen to know. Do they have experience with the... I cannot remember the name of the wood for the life of me. It's in the woods surrounding the manor.
Duskwood.
Do you happen to know if they have any experience working duskwood? Or cutting it down, rather.
Well, can't say for sure if they have experience specifically with Duskwood, but some of the woods in the Noctis woods is quite hardy, so sure they can handle it. But if you're wanting to set up your own mill of sorts, you're gonna need to get permission from the Lord, and you'll likely want your own crew for it. I don't imagine Ajax would be too kind for you stealing away his workers. Or maybe that's what you're looking for.
Setting up a mill would be ideal in the future, but for the time being, simply the ability to hire a couple men to at least get to collecting it would be prudent, considering it is a bit of a waste to let it just sit there after all.
Fair enough. You know, Ajax be the man to talk to if you want a proper expansion of his enterprise, or if you're just wanting a few lumberjacks to help out, speak with Dolgan.
Well, I appreciate the recommendations then.
Don't worry about it.
I guess I also wanted to ask you about, have you heard any rumors around town about people being stalked and the like?
Kind of a normal jovial manner, kind of goes away a little bit. As you've heard then. Yeah. Last couple of days we've been having reports of stalkers about town, uneasy sightings, spooks or spirits, really, if you ask me. That is, until last night. Kind of looks around in a bit more hushed tone.
Well, he'll stop him before he says anything. I see you know then.
On the case, I take it?
The Lord has asked us to look into it. I figured it'd be prudent to ask if you yourself had any leads on it.
Yeah. I are thankful. Quite honest with you, we're trying to deal with, like, monsters from the woods and well, roughhousing in the bar, but this is a bit of a different case, so we're welcome for the assistance.
Well, it's in our best interest to keep this place up and running after all. Though I would do it for other reasons, of course.
Of course. That, what we gathered thus far, don't really know what you already know, but just been sightings besides, what happened. Not really much to go on, I'm afraid. I do have, what was it, Resnick, canvassing the area asking about. I think the locals might have seen something as well. Ask him, or you can ask some of the people nearby the area.
We did speak briefly, but I figured it would at least be prudent to speak with you to see if you had perhaps come up with ideas, but it appears that we are both equally in the early stages of figuring out what exactly is hiding in the dark.
Aye, it's, certainly an interesting case, this one. Nothing like I've seen before.
Yes, I've certainly heard of night beasts that attack quite brazenly, lycanthropes even, but something like this is rather peculiar.
Agreed. Whatever it is, it's not, well, can't be good, whatever it is.
I did ask Aaron when I was at the temple, but he did mention that there have been not similar attacks, but occurrences of death and murder around the same time in the past. Do you know anything about this?
There's a local legend about town, Sorrow's Song.
The song again.
Yeah, the song. Every couple of years, people claim to hear a song and go mad. Some go missing, some go crazy, killing others, some... Well, it's unfortunate business, really, but... To be honest, I don't quite know exactly what's going on. I think some just wander into the woods at some point during their venture to the lumber mill, or... well, gathering herbs and happen upon something that, changes them. The, plants out there, especially some of those mushrooms, can be quite poisonous, even through contact, so...
Well, even just beholding some of the night beasts, I'm sure, is enough for some men to go mad.
Indeed. Those things are not natural. This reminds me of, tales some of the gods from Karstein speak of. There's an island out east, you see. Wild place. Filled with horrible monsters, they say. Wouldn't want to be there. Wouldn't want to work there. Creatures maddening. Drive even the strongest of champions insane. Horrible business. I'm just happy I'm here, not there.
Yes, things have certainly turned for the better since we have gotten rid of the bandit element as well as the necromancers hiding in the woods. There's no less reason to not be vigilant.
Agreed. Was appreciated, as well as helping us with those tunnel systems. Nice and secured at this point now.
Very good. Hopefully that will reduce any future attacks. Though, honestly, it seemed unlikely that new groups might just stumble across such tunnels.
Well, to be honest, the Lord kept them open. We have them on watch, but Well, was convinced. By that one, he kind of points in the back with a small sneer to Aliana. That one there, well, she convinced him to keep him open. Source for adventure, as it were. Apparently, there's some gems down them tunnels. Leads darker into the depths.
Well, I cannot deny that there is probably some use in having those tunnels regardless, but there is also the danger.
I would prefer them to be closed, to be quite honest.
The Underdark.
The Underdark, indeed. Woo!
Well,
I mean, this is not. Yeah.
well, thank you for your time regardless. I appreciate your forthrightness.
Of course. We're all in this together, right? As far as I'm concerned, you're part of the guards. And if you're really, the guard of Lady Oshie,
I'd rather fashion myself a guard of Nepalis, but
yeah, fair enough.
work within the house.
Temple priest, then, within her house.
Sure, let's go with it.
At this point in time, the door will open as these two will arrive. Well, either which way. If we find anything during our investigation, we'll be sure to send them your way.
Aye, if we're not around, either send a message to the Rosevane estate, or if Yasendria happens to be in town, I'm sure she can relay it to us.
Of course. Alright.
There they are. Come. I have information.
Jumps the table.
Oops. Excuse me. I have some pertinent information. The first.
Go somewhere else, or do you want to talk about it here?
Right. Let's go to the meeting room.
All right, we go to the meeting room. If he lets us.
Do I need thieves' tool to unlock it? It's down on the table. Whoa. Alright. So,
That's muted.
we are... The sightings are not restricted to women. The women are the only one that stepped up. But the men have also felt the gaze. I even got a description from one of them.
A description of what?
Of the creature. He saw it the night of the murder.
The person.
Well, he saw the transformed creature after the mutagen. He described that it went south, much like corroborating the track scenting of Tarvis here. He adds more details. Let's see. Glowing violet indigo eyes. Wolf-like features for the face. Scarred, wrinkled, and burnt up as if bathed in acid. He couldn't really give more details as it was cloaked and had a red hair, although the red could just be from the blood. This happened yesterday. That's the most recent sightings I've been able to find.
Well, interestingly enough, we did inquire about the mercenaries that were hired to track down the disappearance of that one lord. They
Yes.
do have an alchemist amongst their number who could perhaps be related to this, considering their calling card and all.
I see.
Either that or somebody's trying to set him up.
Doubtful. If anything, they're trying their best to make it look like it's a night beast and not the works of a. The vial, I do not believe we were meant to find. I don't think there's a triple in this, it's only a double. What else did I find? Let's see. I've done notes. Andrew Chavano. At least I'm glad to hear that the old man is alive. Cured. The sightings do note, near the headman place, there were sightings there as well. And near the two mills, the one to the north and the one to the south. But I think it's just a timeline. It came from the north, explored to the middle of town, ended up in Low Town where they did the murder, and then it's probably just retreated back southward.
If that's the case, then we would have to head even further south if it is indeed heading that way.
You say the old man was cured. Did you speak with him?
Oh yeah, Sage, did I hear him cough in the...
A couple times.
I did not speak to him. I did not want to push him. Although cured, he does seem to still have a cough. But he felt well enough to be able to head back home. Andrea noted the large difference in his health.
Yeah, the alchemist said as much. Should have nothing more than a cough for the next couple of months.
Excellent.
There is something that Dolgan mentioned. A melody. I don't know why, but that sounded familiar. Granted that the events last time was like a month ago in character.
We have been told a few times about a song that people hear that after 2 weeks or so, they meet an untimely demise.
They hear the song in their ear, see things, feel things, smell things. 13 days later, they die. Accidental murder, regardless, they do die.
I believe Lady Danu said that she believes she heard part of this, correct?
Yes, unfortunately,
Possibly.
the man I spoke to was no bard. So even if, although, if you sung it to him, Dano, he might corroborate that it's the same song.
Well, if it is the same song, it had no effect on Danny during our month of downtime, I guess.
Could just be superstition.
Mm.
What did you guys figure?
The book we left with the alchemist is almost done being decoded. He'll send word to us shortly. As said, the old man is alive. There's not really much doubt there on my end that there's anything weird going on.
Grigorovich gave us a description of the mercenaries. There's 5 of them. They're staying... They've rented a room here in the tavern upstairs, but they aren't here today.
Fortunately, they rented your old room, Markat.
Oh, they're right.
Hmm.
They'd leave an entrance. I could pay them a visit.
Oh, and worth mentioning, I did bring up the possibility of mutagens with Victor. There's a very good chance that whatever they're using lasts for long periods of time. So if we do run into this person as a beast, we're not going to be able to outlast their form. But that also means they can't just mingle with the normal people in town until they revert back, or if they have some sort of canceling agent.
So likely they are hiding somewhere to the south.
It would make sense. Though we found the vial in the south, right?
In Lowtown, where the murder happened.
Mm-hmm.
Tarvis is the one that tracked it on its rooftop, and he said that he lost the trail heading southwards, right?
It was actually Danu who tracked it across the rooftops. However, I did find a tree branch broken. It seemed to be moving above the ground, and its tracks didn't leave the blood at this crime scene. It only left weight imprints.
It could
That's
be
without
well.
a trace.
If it is a sentient creature, they could be very well covering their own tracks magically.
They might be seeking shelter in one of the cabins down south. So that's what the man says. There are available cabins down south. And they could have come from the north. He mentioned that the bandits who started taking people caused a lot of the farmhouses to the north to remain empty. So if they came from the north, they could have hidden in the farmhouse while the mutagen took place, visited the town at night, and now they're somewhere to the south. That is to say, if they're not done hunting people. They've only killed one. Maybe they got what they were going for.
Maybe. I do have a trick up my sleeve should we run into them on discerning who it is. But I need to be properly prepared beforehand.
The question is, should we stay in town and do our night's watch? Or should we try and go south and try and find them?
There's a decent chance it is still lingering in the area.
Especially if they didn't find who they were looking for.
But what if they did? They did kill someone.
Well, if they are no longer in the area and they have chosen to fled because they've killed their designated target, then it is unlikely we'd catch them anyway. Unless we were able to catch their trail again, which we were already lost once.
So, in that case, our best bet is a night's watch.
Maybe try to get ourselves cornered by it.
Is the room, what is this in character? The room facing the my old room. Is that available?
It is your room. Wasn't that the top floor?
Yes. Wasn't there another one that was near the top floor?
There is a second one. Your room was this one here. Let me just.
Yeah.
This one here. This is the other one. They took the suite.
Yeah. Monkey is asking about this one, if that one's still available.
It's, judging from the number of people downstairs, it's probably unlikely, but you have not asked. So you do not know.
We need that room. That room is also on the top floor. Gives us access to the roof. If that alchemist is responsible, although I don't think so, judging from what Kane said. If there are shenanigans, they're gonna leave out to the roof.
We could simply scale the building from behind.
It's easier to do it from the comfort of that room.
I strongly doubt it's Victor. He's too engrossed in his research right now. He hasn't slept in days.
I meant the mercenary alchemist.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
So let's try and get that room. Tumbles.
I guess we wait.
Before I go, was there anything else?
I don't believe so, unless we want to go over details of our night watch.
Do we plan to patrol or sit still somewhere?
Let's stay on the roof of this tavern. Okay, actually, hold on. The tavern, is it like a a tall building? Like, is it like one of the tallest buildings?
It's
in
if the castle walls did not exist, it would be the tallest building in town.
Okay. I was considering staying on the rooftop and keeping an eye out.
I could do something along the lines of donning a disguise of the deceased and wandering the, streets.
Alright, let me see if I can get that room.
No, 1 second, someone's at the door.
Who's here?
Alright, I am back.
Welcome back.
You are making your way to the bar. Welcome. Ah, Morkag, my friend, what can I get you?
The room on the top floor. I know the suite is taken, but what of the other room? Is that one taken?
Oh, afraid that room is taken.
By whom?
Gives a little nod, and he points more with his eyes than anything else towards Lady Sabina Barala. The lady has claimed the room, along with her guardian, or protector knight.
See. I need to think. Alright, so these rooms also have windows. Do you have any windowed room available?
Let's see here.
Preferably ones that have windows facing the north.
I have 3 windows, or 3 north-facing windowed rooms. High or low?
Low.
Oh no. I'm afraid not. All those rooms have been taken by various guests staying for the festival. All the early folks arrive here to secure a place at the inn. That way they don't have to camp out in the plains and whatnot.
Gotcha. Alright. Thank you.
Yep. Don't worry about it. If any of them do open up, I'll be sure to let you know.
Appreciate it. Alright, alright, hold on. Let me just
Alright.
back.
Wibbly wobbly your way back to the party.
As I'm slowly walking back, I have to think.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he had any rooms left, and or
Yeah.
the price wasn't like double or triple the normal rate
Hmm.
because festival. right?
Yes.
I actually left I actually remember leaving a rope that leads to the roof. I wonder if it's still there. I should just remember that. Yeah, okay, hold on. Morgan's not gonna go back right away. He's just gonna leave the tavern
Hmm.
and check to see if what he left behind was still there.
Looking around for your rope, give me a perception check.
Check. Perception. Voilà. 18.
You actually can see it in the window inside the building. They pulled it back up into the room.
Mercenaries. Size. Where can I get a potion? Man, I wish I was a vampire. Then I could just
Just climb up the wall.
moonwalk. Yeah. Just move back. They're mistaken. And so are the rooms that are northward facing. The rope I left behind, they tucked it back into the room.
Well, we could always go check if there's anyone there right now the old-fashioned way.
All right.
I don't know which set of stairs.
So these ones both go down because they go shadowy. There's a bit of shadow to them. These ones go up because there's a bit of light to them at the top.
Oh.
That's how you can
Okay,
tell.
so I'll be going up, down. These stairs go up.
Yep. And these ones go up to this one, and these ones go up to this one.
Alright. Let's do a perception check first.
Indeed.
You can smell or sense any activity.
And you can also do investigation.
Perception.
Alright. Looking around the door, all's fairly quiet on the other side. You don't really hear much or smell much. Perhaps due to your mask blocking a lot of the scent that you would normally smell. Nothing pleasant, I imagine, unless you wash it frequently. With the 20...
Every night.
Well, that's good. With the 22, though, you do notice that there is a very thin silver string running along the length of the door at the space. You only noticed it because you were climbing up here, and you were able to see, like, it's directly beneath the door, in between the door frame on either side. So one would have to be at the base to even see it. Or, somehow laying prone and looking directly beneath the door.
They're as paranoid as I am.
You imagine the door is also locked.
I don't hear anything. What time of day is it? Is it like the evening?
It's, at this point in time, getting a little bit darker. It's not like full evening, but it's probably, like 4, 5, maybe 6.
If we open the door, is it gonna affect the string?
If the door is opened, you imagine the string will not remove its position, but you can roll me an Arcana check. If you inform your companion, Casimir, about it, they can also roll me an Arcana check.
Yeah, Casimir, Monica would mention the string when I said they're as paranoid as I am.
Okay.
I don't know if it's paranoia to trap and secure your room after the string of robberies that have been going on in town the last couple months.
Hey, that wasn't me. I was busy killing monsters.
I didn't say it was you. Feeling guilty?
No, I'm gonna hurt you didn't think of me when you assumed people were being robbed. But anywho, yeah, I don't have Arcana, I don't think. Actually,
I do.
Aha!
But I have it.
I don't have Arcana. Only have a +2. Go ahead.
Alright. The string itself is a material component required, focus component, for the alarm spell. The string doesn't need to be disturbed to trigger alarm, one just needs to cross the threshold to trigger the alarm. The alarm itself could be audible, as in you guys could hear it, or it could be mental to the one who set up the spell.
Well, it appears to be a magical trap, not a physical one.
Could I disable it?
You would attempt to, yeah.
Would it be a sort of...
You would be using dexterity thieves' tools.
Oh, I have expertise in these tools.
Aha!
Alright, alright, watch this.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Before we decide to go breaking in here, let's actually check to see if there's anyone inside who's maybe just being a little quiet.
I didn't hear anything.
Knocks on door.
Service?
Moment passes and there's no response.
Good. Alright.
Right, as you duck low, going a few steps down, and then like splaying yourself out upon the stairwell, pulling out your thief's tools, you begin using the fine wire and the little locking pin, and begin to ever so gently adjust the position of the string so that you guys can walk through the doorway when it is opened without crossing the threshold of the string. And you have done it in a way gently, so the motion of your movements do not trigger the alarm.
Those are not 20, by the way.
Yeah, I figured with such a high roll. You know, the trap has not been disarmed because you can't really dispel, but you have bypassed this trap. The door is still locked.
Oh. I'll
You just phase through the door, T-posing.
There we go. Is that enough?
The door is still locked. Don't break a lockpick, but the door is still locked.
Oh, I should probably guidance you.
Wow.
Yes, please. 23? 24.
The door is no longer locked. The DC was 22.
Nice.
I feel when you fail by 1.
Thank you.
Alright. Make your way into the chamber itself. You can see that there are a few sleeping bags, or bedrolls, more accurately, splayed about throughout the main area here, and here. There's also the double bed. There's the couch, the large armchair here, dressers, as you noticed from your time spending the time here. And then there's the large table, which has the 6 chairs. There's plenty of books, paper, pens, quill ink, and all that splayed about it. Many of which, just looking at their bindings, appear to be geography books, local fauna, local flora, and books on like game trails and the like for the area. Basically, they're doing research on Razvan and the surrounding area.
Alright, we should investigate real quick. What should we focus on? We know a Silver Dagger was taken. Do we think they took it?
It's certainly possible.
Because if it's in Lowtown, imagine you're a poor person, you see a Silver Dagger. Silver Daggers are pretty expensive.
Yeah, but we also know that the scene was so visceral that the person
that's
would have had to
actually
be very determined to get that silver dagger.
Actually, very true. Alright, so Morgan is going to take a quick look around. Specifically, he's going to try and see if he can't find the Silver Dagger.
Roll an investigation.
And of course, anything of note, but
All right. As you're casing the joint,
26.
very nice. Moving around, I imagine you're not being just reckless and you're putting things back where they are.
God.
Lifting up the pillows, looking through the drawers. As you lift up the pillow here on the left-hand side of the bed, west side, you would notice that there is indeed a silver dagger beneath the pillow, kind of tucked within the, not the mattress itself, but beneath the covers a little bit. You would also notice that there is a small vial tucked within the same area. The vial itself appears to be a purple liquid. Moving about the room as continuing throughout your search, you would find that there are, from the looks of it, a few casks of potions within this shelf here. Specifically, you can gather that there's a total of about 12 potions in all, of various different colors and the like. You would have to actually use alchemy to determine what they are, or arcana. And then finally, within the back drawer here, there is a hidden compartment within that drawer that was not there previously. Seems that they replaced the drawer with their own drawer. Inside that drawer, you would find that there is a silver medallion bearing the face of what appears to be a blade midway buried in a pool of some liquid.
Okay.
Kind of like a Lady of the Lake sword type of thing.
Okay. Okay, cool. Instinctively take the silver dagger. I know she said she bought one. She didn't describe it, did she?
No.
Because it could just be a silver dagger. But the vial, does it look like the vial that he found?
I think the vial had green liquid, right?
The vial you
Yeah.
found had green liquid. This one has purple.
But is it the same type? Like,
I mean, it's the
like,
same glass. Yeah, same like stopper and all that.
All right. He'll take the dagger, the vial.
I should be clear though.
Uh,
Most glass vials are fairly uniform. This one, as well as the one that you found, could have easily just been purchased at any alchemy shop.
Gotcha. I'm curious. I want to. The medallion we're definitely taking. I want to take it. I'm gonna
Are you-
fly to.
Yeah, are you attempting to sneakily take it? Because Casmir will tell you to leave it because
That sleight of hand.
Can't resist.
And that perception.
rip.
Alright, the medallion is grabbed by your palm
Nice. Now they know someone was here. Poggers.
as you feel a warm presence upon your hand. The medallion is warm, even though you think it would be cold.
Cool.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But he will motion to Casimir to look at the vial.
Arcana check, you said there?
Yeah, dagger and vial. Although not likely that they would just take someone's weapon and hide it under their pillow.
Well, the victim was a halfling. Is it a halfling-sized dagger?
Are daggers uniform?
In 5e they are, but in Pathfinder sometimes, you know.
No, yeah, in Firefighters. Shenanigans. Simplify games. Love.
But yeah, I would assume maybe there'd be some kind of difference, even if it's not mechanically relevant. But either way, I shall roll Arcana for the flask. Or the potion, sorry. Goddamn.
I was hoping your low roll failing to catch me would mean you would have a high roll to identify it.
No, unfortunately, my Arcana is not even that good. So.
That's unfortunate. Not quite sure what that potion is, I'm afraid. It's not healing. Healing's a red. You know that.
I kind of want to fill the vial I got with like grape juice. Place it.
I would not be adverse to taking the vial. Fortunately, removing anything in the room might tip off the hunters that they were, broken into while they were out.
Okay, so Sage, was the dagger halfling sized, or was it just? Is that not a thing because of 5e?
Technically, it is a thing. Pure technicality in that weapons and clothing and whatnot are sized for the individual using them for the most part. Mechanically, it's a dagger. The dagger itself was shorter than a normal human-sized dagger. It's more like a butter knife in size.
It does look like a child's dagger, which is fitting for a halfling.
I just
Did-
cannot really fathom as to why these individuals, if they are responsible, as to why they would do that or steal the dagger in question.
If we do take it, they might be more worried. That is true, but it would also stops for himself and thinks.
Roll me a perception check, you two.
Oh no.
Right, don't mind me while I go and roll a stealth check. Scrolling up to my skill bonuses. Here we are. I'll roll it. Not secretly, so you guys can see my roll. I rolled like shit. Makes sense. Alright. As you're discussing this, I imagine you're facing, Casimir, Morkeg.
Yeah.
But through this window here, Casimir, You notice this first because you're actively facing the window. Off in the distance, which I'm just going to zoom out into player view and scroll on over here. So you're over here, you're facing out this window right there. You would see off in the distance, along the building here, far to the south, something dark moves. Like, you thought it was just like a shifting of shadows or something like that, but like maybe a plume of chimney smoke. But it moved in a way that you did not think was natural. You think it was intentional, like a creature moved. With your glance, Morcag would also, probably noticing your look on your face, would look out the window as well with their 25 and would notice, due to the small light of some nearby buildings, you would see that there is a cloaked figure upon that roof there. Seems it is late enough for its skulking to begin.
There it is. We must sell the others.
Leave the dagger here for now. We can come back for it later.
Yes, the vial.
We don't have a replacement. Leave it as well.
And the empty. Let's go.
Alright, do you leave?
Oh,
Or do you do something else?
I will close the door and I will lock it.
Alright, anything else?
I close the compartment. I lock the door. I closed it. Bypassing it didn't deactivate the alarm, so it's still there.
No, but the string has been moved from its original position.
Oh, I have to remove it then. What's the check for that?
Dexterity Thieves Tools. Alright. This time you're a little rushed, but you do manage to get it back in its, what you believe to be, original position.
Right, that's good enough.
Alright. Back to the party.
While they were off upstairs, Tarvis would be talking about the different prayers that he could offer in the morning to help with the investigation, and wondering if we were going to look for an object that the murderer had on them, what object would we be looking for? A halfling heart, a silver dagger, etc. Saying that's what I'd be talking about.
Prayer of location.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
Yeah, I
Jasmine
mean,
kicks down the door.
Kicks down the door as you are providing this most helpful suggestion, as Casimir would get that last little bit of prayer of location.
It's here. Or at least something is. There's something on the roofs.
this roof. As
No, it's in the
Tarvis
south of
jumps
town.
up and pulls his weapon out.
No, it is much further to the south of town. It is, it's time we either laid our trap or go hunting for this thing. Or at least make sure it doesn't hunt anything else. It isn't us.
What do you mean by trap?
We talked about having you or yourself or Kane act as a target in the streets late at night. That's all.
Danu doesn't look amused.
I mean, it's not a terrible plan.
Casimir shrugged. I'm simply relaying what people were talking about earlier. If we do not do it, that is fine. I'm just... Whatever we do, we should decide on it quick.
We did see the creature.
Well, as always, I say we go run it down and hit it with my hammer.
Yes.
Anyone have another suggestion?
I can try the whole disguise bit. I've not had enough time to get my other plan ready, so it's all I can do for now.
I suppose we could use me as bait if you really want to. I don't know how effective it might be.
Oh, a long rest. The beast is right there.
I'm afraid you're not getting that long rest if you're wanting to do the hunt tonight.
Yeah, I don't have enough time for that.
Mm.
No,
Well,
got
Kane
that.
has offered to disguise himself, so.
Mm.
Okay, I'm switching to archery fighting stuff.
I mean, hey, 2 pieces of bait though.
Mm.
Mm. Maybe it'll get scared though.
Mm.
2 pieces of bait. This is too much for me. Alright.
Alright. As the group makes their way downstairs, you guys make your way outside of the tavern?
Kane dips into one of the rooms, locked or otherwise. He makes his way in, quickly changes into the form of the deceased, and just kind of makes his way back out.
Okay. It is easy enough to do. Most people who are here staying the night are downstairs at the tavern proper, so the room would be locked, but I mean, you have more CAG with you, and the lock is not a high quality lock. One's down here. So
I also have expertise in these tools for reasons, but you know.
excellent. For reasons. But you would alter yourself to that of Dari's form, which I will send you with a token so you can use that as a disguise.
Mm-hmm.
But as you guys make your way outside of the tavern, the moonlight at this point, full. It is properly nighttime now. Many of the merchants themselves are, at this point, fully packed up and making their way to the tavern to enjoy the rest of their evening, or are returning to their homes to call it a day. But, as you all push out, each of you would notice off to the edge, from the building here, the hulking figure. Those among you who are particularly perceptive, Mordecag, Pardavis, just going through the list, and Casimir. The 3 of you would notice the creature in some of its glory. Not its full glory, as it is, in fact, cloaked, but there's your token for Dari, so you can use the disguise for her. I will drop a handout. Your NPC lab is right there. The Beast of Razvin. As you would notice, this creature, I'll put into map tool as well so the stream can see it.
Ooh.
Hulking and hunched over, climbing upon the building like, well, like some strange goblin-like creature, spider climbing up along the roof with ease as if it were just simply, walking. Creature will duck low and shirk back into the shadows away from view. And as you notice, it stops for just the briefest moment to lock eyes with Tarvis. Locks eyes with you before shirking into the darkness. It's all good. I am wrapping things up here, so no worries. A lot of it was RP and, discussing and planning and plotting and investigating.
RP, man.
Yes.
So great.
As it goes into the darkness, you have seen your quarry at this point in time. You know it is on the hunt. But that'll be where we call the session.
Nice.
You guys had fun. Hope stream enjoyed the session. It was a lot of RP, a lot of investigative mystery stuff. Next session should be more of a hunt mystery stuff. And, yeah.
So, sum up real fast. They were exploring the place upstairs, and then I think somebody caught them.
Nope.
No one caught them.
Well,
Oh, okay.
it's me. I don't
There
get
was-
caught.
Yeah, we saw the beast from the room, basically.
Yeah, they spied it far off.
Well, Morkag found a hidden medallion in a hidden compartment, and he took it.
Mm-hmm.
And then the beast locked eyes with Tarvis, and now they're going on a date next week. It's very
Boo-boo.
very romantic.
Any which ways, hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna raid a sci-fi because they're playing a game known as Peglin. I have no idea what that is, but it's got robots, and that looks
neither.
interesting.
Mhm.
Well, maybe that's their main desktop view because I'm seeing like icons. Either which way, it looks interesting. We're gonna raid them.
Enjoy. Thank you
Indeed.
for the game, everyone.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep,
Thank you
thanks
for
for
the game.
running.
Yeah, but do no problem.
Thank you much. Thank you much.
Mm-hmm.